We all love that feeling when a fresh bouquet just lights up a room. I mean, it's the go-to for celebrations, for sympathy, for love. But what if the story of how those flowers got to you isn't quite so beautiful? So let's dive into that hidden story and see how telling a better one can actually transform your business.
Right? This is the big question we're tackling today. Because the truth is, behind a lot of conventional bouquets, there's a story of plastic pollution, huge carbon footprints, and some really questionable labor practices. But here's the good news. There's a much better story to tell, and that story is exactly what can help you get more customers.
All right, so first things first, let's pull back the curtain on the industry's dirty little secret. We're going to look at the old way of doing things and uncover those hidden costs, the environmental and ethical stuff that usually gets left out. And trust me, these are the exact things your customers are starting to ask about. It all pretty much starts with this thing, that little green brick of floral foam. For decades, it's been a florist's best friend. But, while it looks harmless, its chemical makeup is a whole different story. It's basically a petroleum-based plastic that, unlike a flower stem or a leaf, never, ever breaks down.
And this really shows you the damage. When that foam crumbles, it becomes tiny microplastics that wash right into our rivers and oceans. It can leach nasty chemicals like formaldehyde, and since it's not biodegradable, it just sits in a landfill forever. Not only that, but the dust from it can be a health risk for the very florists using it day in and day out. It's the kind of thing that once your customers know, they can't unknow it.
But the problem goes way beyond just the foam. Let's talk about travel. This number is just staggering. A bouquet flown in from overseas can have a carbon footprint 10 times bigger than one grown locally in the UK. That's a massive environmental price tag for flying flowers around the world. And if you look at the hard numbers, you can really see it stack up. It's just a world of difference. A single lily from a heated greenhouse in the Netherlands has a carbon cost of almost 3.5 kilograms. Now look at a British snapdragon. Grown locally, it's barely over 0.1 kilograms. The numbers don't lie. Where your flowers come from makes a huge difference.
And it's not just about CO2. In some of the big flower exporting countries, there's a real human cost too. We're talking about workers facing low wages, super long hours, and exposure to pesticides that aren't properly regulated. This is such a critical part of that hidden story, and it gives businesses like yours a really powerful chance to offer a better, more ethical choice. Okay, so that's the heavy stuff, but this is where it gets really exciting. We're seeing this amazing shift happen in the industry. It's a whole movement towards sustainable solutions that are better for the planet, better for people, and, you guessed it, better for your business. This slide really just lays it all out, doesn't it? It's the old way versus the new way. We're talking about moving from floral foam to reusable mechanics, from flying flowers in to celebrating local and seasonal blooms, from creating tons of landfill waste to composting, and from all that plastic wrap to eco-friendly options. This is literally the new playbook for modern floristry. So how do you actually ditch the foam? Well, here are 4 awesome alternatives that you can start using and telling your customers about right away. Chicken wire is perfect for that wild, natural style. Flower frogs, or kenzan, are these cool, classic tools for more minimalist designs. Moss is a great compostable option. And a simple tape grid, easiest hack ever for a standard vase. Okay, so once you've got your mechanics figured out, the next huge step is thinking about the flowers themselves. Seriously, sourcing smarter is one of the most impactful things you can do, and it creates an incredible story for your brand. The benefits of buying local are just massive. I mean, you're not just cutting that crazy carbon footprint we talked about, you're putting money right back into your local community. You get fresher, more unique flowers that last longer for your customers, which is a huge selling point. And you're supporting small farms that help our precious pollinators. It's a win-win-win. But hey, what if you need roses in the middle of winter, right? They don't grow everywhere. That's where certifications are key. Looking for that fair trade seal is the answer. It's a mark that your customers trust, and it tells them that the farms you work with are committed to safe conditions and fair wages. It directly solves that human cost problem we mentioned earlier. So, you've made this gorgeous foam-free arrangement with local or ethically sourced flowers. Amazing. But what happens next? The final piece of the puzzle is dealing with the waste and turning what used to go in the trash into what I like to call green gold. Composting is the way to go. And for businesses that want a reliable program, this seal from the U.S. Composting Council is what you want to look for. It basically means the facility meets super high standards, so you know your green waste is actually becoming something great for the soil. It's all about credibility. And you know what? Getting started is way easier than it sounds. First, just find a local program or decide to compost yourself. Second, get the whole team on board with clear labels and a little training. And third, this is the best part, set a goal and share it. Telling your customers you've diverted, say, 500 pounds of waste from the landfill, that's a story they'll love and share.
And now we get to the absolute heart of it. This isn't just about feeling good, it's about smart business. When you adopt these practices, you get a powerful story that attracts today's conscious customers and really makes you stand out from the crowd.
And here's the proof, right here in the numbers. This survey data is incredible. Nearly 60% of people are willing to pay more, 10% or more, for flowers from a business that composts. That's a direct line from a sustainable practice straight to your bottom line.
And things like the Fair Trade label, they're not just about ethics. They build trust. Almost 3/4 of consumers trust that label, and over a third say they are actively more likely to buy something with it. See? It's not just some feel-good sticker. It is a powerful tool to get people to click buy.
And hey, don't just take it from me. This is the CEO of Whole Foods, a massive retailer of fair trade flowers, saying loud and clear that this mission has been a huge part of their growth. When a business leader like that connects sustainability directly to success, you know it's time to listen up. Okay, so this is the crucial part. You've got to tell your story. Make a sustainability page on your website. Use hashtags like #SustainableFloristry on social media. Offer a little discount for people who bring their vases back. And most importantly, show people what you're doing. A quick video of your team composting or making a foam-free design is authentic, it's engaging, and it's the kind of content customers absolutely love. So in the end, it all comes down to this. This shift to sustainability means the story behind your flowers can finally be as beautiful as the flowers themselves. It's a story of caring for the planet, for people, and for your community. And believe me, that is a story today's customers are lining up to be a part of.